Hello, lovely souls. My name is Pili, and I am a 53-year-old woman that went through an IVF journey at the age of 49, 50 during a pandemic. To be completely honest with you, my eggs are half a century old and they're super, super rusty. First of all, you would say, why would you want to have a child at the age of 50 when you could go traveling around in a watered bungalows in the Maldives when your other children are already out of the house? Because life had other plans for me. Life is unpredictable. And at the age of 44, when I separated from my ex husband, all of a sudden, one day, going to a dance class, I met this lovely guy on the street singing a song. And this guy that I met just by chance on the road in London became my soulmate, the love of my life. This guy is called Ross. Georgia. Georgia.
The 3rd of October was the day we met, but we never exchanged numbers, and I thought I'd never see him again in a city of 10 million people. But a few days before that, something strange had happened. A voice inside me whispered, "Count down from 47. I didn't know why, but I just counted. And as the numbers fell away, I kept bumping into this stranger again and again, as if the universe itself was conspiring to bring us back together. Until the day the countdown reached 0. That was the day he knocked on my door. And guess which day it was? 7/11, the 7th of November. I thought that day marked the start of our love story. But I didn't know yet it was the code to something far more magical.
Little did I know that this guy was 21 years younger than me. So when I discovered that one day, because we never spoke about that, so one evening we were at dinner with some friends, and one of the friends asked, "Hey, Ross, how old are you?" And I thought, actually, that's a really good question because I don't know as well. And at that time, I was 44, and Ross said, "I am 23. I was eating the chicken and I almost choked on my food. When the dinner was finished, I went to him and I said, "Are you really 23? He said, "Yeah, why?" I was like, "Do you know how old I am?" It was like early 30s. I was like, "I am 44. And he said, "So what?" And that became the end of the discussion. Why am I saying that? It's not because I want to parade my boyfriend being 21 years younger than me. No, it's not because of that. It's because obviously many of us at our age might have a new relationship. And if the person is younger and they do not have children, sooner or later they will want children. And sooner or later you will want children as well. When you fall in love with somebody, you just want to create a family, you just want to have a child with them, and you just want to coronate this dream of being together. And that's what happens. The problem is that your eggs are still half a century old. And even if you look a little bit younger, the eggs are still half a century old and they do not work in the majority of the cases. But I didn't want to believe that because I said, I'm eating super well. I'm doing yoga. I am looking young. I'm taking tons of supplements. I am super fit. I'm going to make it. And in fact, I got pregnant twice and I was super happy. But then I lost them both times. And the truth is that our eggs at our age might not even implant, or even if they implant, the pregnancy is very difficult to go on because the quality of the eggs is not the quality of the eggs of when you were 20 years old. But I didn't want to give up, so I started to use all the strange methods in the world, from using magical waters with some frequencies. I'm using some magical waters, and they are some infused waters with vibrations. They come from the Kabbalistic world, and you can believe in this or not. I think they're very powerful and strong. And actually, it worked because I got pregnant with the magical waters, but it didn't go on. Then I went to Bali and I went to a shaman and I did a ritual of fertility.
Shake your butt in the jungle. Shake your butt in the jungle. Shake your butt for Gigit.
I went to Sardinia and I was sitting on some rocks with a sexual energy from the ancient world in order to get me pregnant. And then what did I do? After every intercourse, I was staying upside down in a headstand for 30 minutes and I had that red face trying to get this sperm going down into my eggs. But it didn't work. Nothing worked. And then there is a thing that we do and that you might know, which is called, it's a syndrome. It's something that we adore doing. It's called POAS. And you know what is POAS? Is the syndrome of peeing on a stick. So what we do is that we have tons of these pregnancy tests in drawers. The first thing you do when you wake up in the morning and you are maybe in your 40s, you go, I want to have a coffee. When you're 50 and you want to have a child, you wake up and you go, I want to pee on a stick, because that's what you want to do. You want to pee on a stick, on multiple sticks, because maybe they were wrong, especially when there is a big effect, negative. So at a certain point, I had to come to the realization that my eggs were not going to work. And I had hit a wall. I had to mourn my genetics. I had to let go either of a dream of creating a child with the person I love, or a dream of creating a child with my own genetics. Life throws curveballs at you sometimes, and mine hit me right in the genetics. So it's like saying goodbye to your favorite pair of jeans, but on a cosmic level. I was not ready to let go of the dream of bringing this child into the world. So we decided to explore other options. One of the options, of course, was adoption. We went to one of these events where they present how adoption works, and we got really discouraged because in order to adopt a child, it is a very lengthy process and is not straightforward. And we were not just feeling like we wanted to wait such a long time to have a child. So we thought that we had to let it go. We had to let go of the dream of having a child. And then I started to research because I thought there must be a way. I'm a person that when I want something, I need to make it happen. So I started to research everything that is available to us. And then I discovered something that I was not even aware of, egg donation. And then when I discovered that, that's when I started to think, how important is genetics for me? How important is that this guy or this girl is going to look like me? How difficult it will be to conceive a child with the genetics of another woman. Does it feel like a betrayal? Because it felt like a betrayal in the beginning. It felt so difficult to let the egg of another chick do the dance with the sperm of my guy. It's not something easy to digest. So I had to think about it. I had to process it. I had to come to terms and find a way inside me, because it was not so straightforward. I felt a resistance, and I know a lot of women feel a resistance to that, and it's normal because it's like going against nature. But at the same time, I knew this was the only way. DNA is the silent architect of our existence, and we relate motherhood, tying it to the blood, tying it to our genetics. But is motherhood only related to genetics? Or is motherhood related to the fact that you're growing a child, that you are embracing a child, that you're loving a child, that you're there 24/7 changing diapers and giving bottles, not sleeping? That's also motherhood. It's not just your genetics. The other question that comes to mind, or at least that came to my mind, was, am I going to be able to love this child in the same way that I was loving my children that were born before with my own genetics? Is it going to feel different? Am I going to see in the eyes of this child the eyes of the donor? What's going to happen? Because obviously it feels against nature. That's not what we are used to. It's not an easy process. And before embracing the promise of a new life, you have to find yourself mourning your genetics. But it's not just mourning the loss of your eggs, it's mourning the loss of the continuity of who you are, which can feel like you're not able to leave a legacy in the world. Is it really true? And then there is the reverse question. Will this child also be able to love me as a mother, as a biological mother, once they will find out the truth about how they came into this world? These are all open questions that are putting a lot of fear in us. And the choice, it's really difficult. I know you are looking today and you might have the same questions in your mind like I had. And I didn't know how to solve this dilemma. It's like hitting a wall. And there is this dream on one side, which is beyond the wall. And then there is the wall in front of you. What are you going to do? How are you going to solve this problem? So many people stop at the wall. I was about to do the same, to stop in front of the wall, when something happened that completely changed my mind. Thank you so much for tuning in today. It's a pleasure and it's an honor to be able to be here speaking to you. It's my passion to be able to inspire you to follow your dreams and to become your dream. But also equally, I would like to hear from you and know if you have any struggles, if you are maybe going through a relationship that has an age gap, or if you are a little bit later in life and you're considering and dreaming of having a child, but you don't know how, and maybe there is a struggle in terms of letting go of your genetics and using egg donor. Let's open a dialogue. Let's be all together and let's create a dream without an expiry date. Thank you so much and see you in the next episode.
Shake your butt in the jungle. Shake your butt in the jungle. Shake your butt for Gigit. Shake your butt for Gigit. The waterfall, shake your butt in the jungle. Go Billy, shake your butt in the jungle. Shake your butt for Gigit.